Inside every single one of your cells right now, there are two incredible molecules running the entire show: DNA and RNA. Now, you've definitely heard of them, but they're not just two sides of the same coin. Think of it more like a master architect and a crew of skilled builders. Let's break down the real code of life. So, what is the real difference between them? It's way more than just one letter in their name. It's a story, really. A story about a priceless master plan and the team of workers that has to bring that plan to life. So come on, let's uncover that story together. All right, first up, let's talk about the big boss, DNA. The best way to think about it is as the master blueprint for an entire organism. I mean, every single instruction needed to build you, operate you, and maintain you is written in this incredible code. And its full name is deoxyribonucleic acid. Yeah, it's a mouthful. But it's basically the permanent master copy of all your genetic instructions. It's the original uneditable source code. It holds the secrets to literally everything, from the color of your eyes to how your cells are supposed to function. See, DNA is just perfectly designed for its job. It securely stores all that genetic data, and it's responsible for passing it down from one generation to the next. Its famous double helix structure makes it incredibly stable, and to top it all off, it's kept locked away for maximum protection inside the cell's command center, the nucleus. Okay, so that brings us to a really important question. If this master blueprint is so valuable that it can't ever leave the safety of the nucleus, how do the instructions get out to the little factories in the cell that actually need them? How does any of the work get done? Well, this is where our second molecule makes its grand entrance. Enter RNA. RNA is the active messenger. It's the nimble contractor that makes a copy of the instructions from the blueprint and carries them out to the job site. So you can probably see now that to do these two very different jobs, one is a permanent blueprint and the other as an active messenger, DNA and RNA need different tools. Their entire structure is tailored specifically for their role. Let's break down exactly what makes them different. If you put them side by side, you'll spot three huge distinctions. First, they use a slightly different kind of sugar in their backbone. Second, DNA is that famous stable double strand, while RNA is a more flexible single strand. And finally, they use a slightly different alphabet, these chemical letters or bases, to write out their instructions. Let's zoom in on that sugar difference for a sec. The deoxy part of DNA's name literally means without an oxygen. It turns out DNA's sugar is missing one little oxygen atom that RNA's sugar has. Now, that might sound like a super tiny detail, but trust me, it's the entire key to why one is stable and the other isn't. And then you have the base swap. Both molecules use the chemical letters A, G, and C. That's adenine, guanine, and cytosine. But where DNA uses a fourth letter, thymine, or T, RNA swaps it out for a different one called uracil, or U. It's a simple swap, but it acts like a chemical tag that basically shouts, "Hey, this is a temporary working copy, not the permanent master blueprint." You see, none of these structural differences are just random quirks of nature. They are perfectly tailored for each molecule's specific job.
One is designed for long-term Fort Knox-level storage, and the other is designed for short-term get-it-done-now action. Let's see how this actually plays out inside a cell. So imagine this protein assembly line. First, DNA just stays put, safe inside the nucleus. Then messenger RNA, or mRNA, comes in and makes a temporary copy of one gene. Think of mRNA as the runner. This runner takes that copied message out to a cellular factory, which is made of ribosomal RNA, or rRNA. That's the factory itself. And finally, you have transfer RNA, tRNA, which acts as the worker. This tRNA reads the message and brings over the correct building materials, these things called amino acids, to build the final protein. It's this beautiful, perfectly coordinated team.
And that brings us to the final piece of this puzzle. Why exactly is DNA the permanent archive, while RNA is more like a disposable sticky note? Well, it all comes back to that tiny chemical difference we talked about a minute ago. Remember that missing oxygen atom in DNA sugar? That little absence makes DNA chemically super stable and way less likely to break down. It's built to last for the entire life of the organism, and even beyond. But RNA, with that extra oxygen, is much more reactive and way less stable. It's designed to do its job fast and then get recycled. It's a temporary message, not a permanent record. So, when you boil it all down, it really comes to this simple idea. DNA is the master blueprint. It's the historical archive, holding all the information safely in the library. And RNA? RNA is the team of dedicated messengers and builders that checks out one page at a time, takes it to the workshop, and brings that amazing blueprint to life. And that really leaves us with a final thought to chew on. This perfect balance between the incredible stability of the blueprint and the flexible, temporary nature of the workers. Isn't that what allows life to be both consistent and dynamic? It's just this incredibly elegant solution perfected over billions of years. And it's happening inside every cell of your body right now.